Hello gamers, the first part of the Reverse 1999's huge update for 1.2 is here, which introduces one of the most sought after characters of the game named Tooth Fairy. Not going to beat around the bush, so let's get the sponsored video started. At the beginning of the battle, if Tooth Fairy has 5 passive stacks, she will automatically debuff the enemy with negative 15% critical resist rate and critical defense. This is huge because this lets your team output crazy crits and damage. Now if you had a Portray 2 version of Tooth Fairy, you can even extend the debuff timer for 2 rounds, which is insane for uptime. If you're a whale, you can strengthen this debuff even further with more dupes, but we aren't going to go into that detail as I want to make this preview more accessible to the general audience. One of the reasons why Tooth Fairy is one of the strongest characters of the game is because she has a debuff and a healing. Her debuff's actually quite strong because it provides confusion. So this skill says Empty Gums, the taste of rust. One target attack deals 150% mental damage and inflicts 1 stack of confusion on the target and lasts 1 round. So when an enemy is confused, their critical resist is negative 25%, can stack in each tax's time independently. The damage goes up, but what makes it strong is that the confusion works with 1 skill only. You don't need to combine the skill. So you can just use this skill at level 1 and trigger like a damaging spell from your party members. As for her healing skill, we have Lullaby. Mass healing. Restore HP equal to 80% of the caster's attack to all allies. This healing effect gains an additional 30% critical rate. So this healing skill crits, which is nice. So it goes from 180, 120, and 200%. But I think you'll be able to get by with just at least a double card healing, as her healing is very strong. Now let's look at her ultimate. Song for the Bad Tooth. This was never their choice, they still harbor resentment. One target attack deals 600% mental damage. This attack has a 30% critical rate. After attack scores a critical hit, purifies stats down, negative status, and control statuses from all allies. So looking at her kit, she's going to be a very solid character to use for raids and like future content. And you know, you have 2 teams in Utu and all that stuff, so you know, I think she's worth it even if you have a medicine pocket. But you know, if you're a free-to-play player, you have medicine pocket, you might want to save up for the dear waifu next. But the critical and her passive is just too good for this character, you know. As I described earlier at the beginning of this video, when entering battle, instantly gain 3 baby teeth. When an enemy team member actively uses a character incantation, collects 1 baby tooth at the start of the round, consumes 5 baby teeth to reduce the enemy's team critical resist and defense by 15%. So this is I have 2 dupes of her, so it lasts for 2 rounds. But if you really, it's still useful even if you don't have 2 dupes, because it's like I said, the passive is huge. If you really want to invest further this character more, you would probably go for Insight 5. But I think free-to-play players would probably just want to aim for no dupes or 2 dupes. In my opinion, to save your money. At least if you know, if you want to get the other character coming up, she's also extremely strong and she's a dear waifu, so I think you should save at least to have enough for get both characters from this upcoming event. Although Tooth Fairy is a very solid choice for a support, she does have some downsides as she has a very low HP and defense, which makes her very vulnerable to enemy attacks. Her ultimate debuff also can be a little bit inconsistent when enemies have higher resist. I don't know much about this character, but let's go over her skills. So her passive is, after casting an ultimate, critical rate and critical damage increases by 20%, lasts 2 rounds. For Insight 2, critical damage 15% when the caster enters battle. After casting an ultimate, critical rate and critical damage is increased by an additional 10%. So it looks like she's a critical based DPS burst damage character. So let's look at her ultimate. Bloody Movie. There's always a more suitable color to replace bright red. Mass attack. deals 250% reality damage to all enemies and increases the critical rate of this attack by 20%. Okay, so it's AoE. And then we have Bunny Boiler, just an ordinary rabbit doll. One target attack deals 160% reality damage. This attack enjoys critical rate and critical damage, so she is purely critical rate. Okay, I guess she'll pair up well with the current Tooth Fairy character, and it goes all the way up to 400%. That's neat. Okay, and then her last skill is Chainsaw Massacre. One target attack deals 200% reality damage. Target attack deals 200% reality damage and inflicts the target with one stack of confusion. Ooh. So if you combine to level 2, they get a confusion status, which is really good because when people are confused, like I said earlier in this video, they take, you can critical chance them higher. Interesting. Okay, so that should be covering Baloonie. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed the short little preview of Baloonie. I wish I could tell you guys to how to make her better, but I haven't done my research on this one as much as I did with Tooth Fairy. This is the perfect time for those who want to jump in on the game now for the first time or return to the game, as the upcoming 1.2 patch will add a lot of good stuff, such as 14 free unilogs used for gachaing characters, and the long requested autoplay feature for the casuals. The current gacha also has Become Bloom, which is a super strong 5-star character. Heck, even if you start now, you might make it in time to farm more free rolls for your dear waifu during the second half of the event, you know. She looks pretty cool. With that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this short preview. Make sure you check out or download the game using my link below, and I'll see you all on the next video. This is your brother, Steparu, out.
I've seen those tooth fairies flying in the air with their hair dancing free. Inside their gold string pockets lie the fragile baby teeth collected from the kids.